Welcome back to another episode of the Educating the Reckless podcast with your host Apollo P and
No Better Nina.
And we're back again.
Do I have to? Sorry, I just said I was going to try not to be awkward. Do I have to be like? Am I good this far away?
Yes, you are.
Okay, I'm just checking. I'm just checking.
We gotta stop doing audio checks during the podcast.
Okay, sorry.
You know, making us look very unprofessional.
No, I'm keeping it real.
Like we don't do this beforehand. We do sound checks.
Okay.
We do positioning checks.
We actually didn't do one today.
Oh, see, this is what happens. Right?
Yeah.
I'm glad you're keeping it real on the mic. Yes. So we're back for another episode. This is the second week of videos.
Yes.
You know, if some of you watched the last videos, are only 20 minutes long.
Oh, you know what? I just realized we matched today.
All black everything?
Yeah.
Well, I'm in black and white. My shirt says not for sale.
My shoes are.
Got the weight. Yo, do you see those that picture of the Air Force One slides?
No.
You didn't see the all black Air Force One slides?
Ew, no, that sounds so ugly though.
Oh, it looked kind of lit.
You would say that.
It looked kind of lit. I'm being so honest. I wonder if I can feel. Keep on talking.
What do you want? Okay, let me just talk about my week.
How's your week been?
I went to the Chick-fil-A thing last week on Wednesday. It was super cool. The vlog is up on my YouTube channel, No Better Nina. And I just got to eat like a fuck ton. And like I got like a swag bag with a water bottle, some gift cards, some other stuff, but I'm not going to give it all away because I want you guys to watch the YouTube video. And what else did I do there? Oh, I got to take like pictures and stuff. And yeah. I can't even see them.
They can't. Here.
Ew, these are ugly as fuck.
The Air Force One slides go kind of fire though.
Ew.
If in white?
No, those are ugly.
In white? That'd be kind of lit. What if a man pulled up on you in those?
No,
and was like,
it's done.
Hey, baby, let me get your number.
It's done before it even started.
Well, hold on. You let a man slide up on you in slides and talk to you all types of willy-nilly. Why not this?
I never said I let a man talk to me in slides.
You never let a man talk to you in slides?
I let a man talk to me when he's wearing Gucci loafers.
That's a cap.
That's very cap.
So you let a man walk up to you in basketball shorts and slides acting like, yo,
if he's playing basketball on the court, yeah. If he's just walking around and it depends on the scenario. Like if we're in a Walmart, like yeah, that's normal. Like I go to Walmart in slides and track pants all the time. But like if we're at a function and that's what you're wearing, that's a little like put some effort in at least, just a little.
Man, summertime comes around, no man's really putting in effort. Hit you with the gray shorts, the gray sweat shorts. And the slides.
Anyways, can I get back to my Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so
was Canadian chicken better than?
It tastes the exact same as the American, in my opinion. And I got to try the nuggets, the spicy chicken sandwich, the grilled chicken, the breakfast sandwich, and the lemonade, and I think that was it. But like, I tried a bunch of stuff, and like, you could just keep eating, like it was unlimited. Yeah, and then that was pretty much the highlight.
Food home with you?
No.
You couldn't do that?
Well, I mean, I'm sure you could have if you brought like a bag or something, but I wasn't trying to do that. I ate enough while I was there. But that was pretty much the highlight of my week. I went to Lost and Found on Friday. That was cool. And then, because I didn't have work Saturday morning, so I got like stupid drunk. And then, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Oh, and my little nephew's first birthday party on Sunday. That was cool. Okay, anyways, your turn. How was your week?
I like how you're doing all of that. Where's Chick-fil-A going to be located at?
I want to tell you, but I don't want to tell you because I want people to go watch the YouTube video. So watch the video. I also got an inside look at what it's actually going to look like, where and when it's going to open. And that's all in my YouTube video. So
you're letting all the information out the bag?
In the YouTube video, yeah.
Oh, is it?
So you have to watch it. It's my first vlog. Honestly, I thought it was a really shit vlog. Like I watched it and I was like, this is fucking boring. Yeah. But everybody I talked to, like people who I don't even really know, like were like, yo, this was actually really good. Like you should make more vlogs.
I mean, I think vlogs are easy.
They are easy, a lot more easier.
And it gives people a look into your life. Right?
And it's a little more authentic, I feel like I was able to be more myself like in the vlog. But it's kind of awkward to film because like everyone's looking at you.
Yeah, why you got the camera out? You damn.
And like holding it on like a mini tripod.
You damn
and, like, but nah, it was cool. Yeah, so you guys can go watch that on my YouTube channel, No Better Nina, and check it out. I will tell you the details afterwards.
Okay.
Anyways, your turn. How was your week?
Week same old. I don't really do anything. I like LA. This is the same week. I don't really do anything. I stayed in my bed all Sunday. Monday, I try to do some filming out here. I tried to do some like there's a viral video of a girl saying that she lost her Instagram account and she didn't want to go back to prostitution and working at McDonald's and she was worthless. She had zero job experience. And so I was showing people around campus at York whether they what they think about this and whether if they're willing to delete their social media app. I had pulled out, I withdrawed $50 up my account and I was going to give like $10 to see who was willing to do it. This girl said like I wouldn't delete for 10, but I'll delete for 50. And I was about to pull up the 50 and I was trying I was about to give her 50. I wanted it on camera. I wanted this girl to delete her Instagram account on camera. And so she was going to her settings. She was like, fuck it. All right, then cool, let's do it. And then we didn't know how to figure out how to delete it. Apparently you got to go online and delete it. You can only deactivate it from like your
Are you sure?
That's what DJ Smarty told me.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, how do you delete it?
I would not delete my account for $50.
You wouldn't?
That's way too little.
She was down to do it. And I was down to give it the $50.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I would not be down for that.
Yeah.
Only because specifically in our cases, like we need our social media to promote our stuff that we do.
Instagram's life for me.
Pardon?
Instagram's life for me.
Yeah. Yeah. For you, for me, like it comes in like a lot of handy when it comes to promoting the radio show or the podcast or my YouTube channel. So I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it either.
I mean, maybe if you toss me like 10,000.
But 10,000, like you could 10,000, you deleting it, you could just come back rebrand.
Yeah, but like, sorry, I'm kind of tired.
Look at you, man. I'm not.
Sorry.
Right, let's get to the topic, man. You just
Okay.
out here making me look bad.
Sorry. It's been a long week.
Oh, the week.
Also, what I don't like is that this camera that we're using on me makes me look gray as fuck.
Hey, man.
I looked sick in the last video. Like I looked like I was about to throw up everywhere.
You got HIV?
No.
What?
Oh my god, you know I just read a story. I came across a story on the Shade Room of this guy in Maryland who gave this girl HIV and like the people were investigating or whatever authorities were investigating it for 21 months before they like confronted him about it.
Oh.
So they let the girl get HIV for 21 months. Like okay, obviously she got it off the first time, but like you know what I mean? Like they let it go on for so long. And I was like, what the fuck?
Was this man a down low brother?
What's a down low brother?
You never heard of a DL?
No.
The down low brother, a man who sleeps with women and men, but doesn't. Let them,
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't see any of that.
That used to be the big thing in hip hop, like the big thing back in like let's say early to mid 2000s, when people talk about the DL brothers. Like the DL brothers is like, yo, he might be on the DL, and the DL down low means like, yo, you secretly smashing men, and then you have a girlfriend that you're going back to, and so a lot of the times they said that you could only, the big misconception of AIDS or HIV was like you only get it from gay sex, and a lot of the times it's like when a girl got HIV from her man, it would just automatically be assumed that he was sleeping with dudes on the side. Yeah,
because actually never mind. It's probably just a stupid question. I was gonna ask how do you get HIV if you're just having regular sex?
So
that's a serious question. I don't know the answer to that.
Regular sex? All right, so HIV is actually hard to get. Like that virus is not the easiest to get.
Yeah.
Like you really got to put in your 10,000 hours to get HIV/AIDS.
10,000 hours?
Yeah, it's my allegory.
Yes, yeah.
Analogy.
Analogy? Yes,
analogy. It's an analogy of hard work. You really gotta. Doesn't come easy. HIV doesn't come easy. So you gotta constantly have sex with different partners, unprotected, obviously. Mm-hmm. And when you're having sex, it may come through. Say if the woman may have something, or if you may have something, it comes through. Let's say the laceration of the penis, or the anal wall, and stuff like that. And girls are able to get HIV a lot faster because they're internal organs, right? So if a man is having sex through anal sex with another man and stuff like that, the anal tissue is able to rip a lot easier because it's not built for sex, right?
Yeah.
And so when that happens, you are able to contract certain things because fluids and things are able to, seep into the body a lot easier. And that's how HIV is transferred.
This sounds so disgusting.
And look at it like this. When a girl may be giving fellatio to a man, she might, have some slight lacerations within the penis along her teeth, right? And then you put it inside, and then since there's an opening, there's other things that are able to,
Ew.
Yeah, man. I did my research.
That's disgusting.
Did my research.
That's
it's not easy. It's certain things in the world are just not easy to get. Like it's not easy to get pregnant. It's not easy to get HIV.
For some people, it's easy to get pregnant. Some people sneeze and they're pregnant.
Yeah,
some, not all.
You know,
some.
the percentage of those is really low. Like it's only like a less than 10% chance of getting pregnant if you ejaculate inside a woman.
Interesting.
You know? That's why people go through fertility clinics and trial and having sex.
Trials and tribulations.
What's that? Having sex on the pregnancy days? Is it incubator days or what's it called? Fertile days?
I don't know what it's called.
Well, you have a cycle. Come on, Nina. There's the menstrual.
I'm not pregnant.
The menstrual cycle, and then after the menstrual cycle is the creamy period. When it gets creamy, is
the fertilization period.
Nah, like, what's that called?
It's called the fertilization.
Is it called the fertilization period?
I'll tell you. I have it in my app.
It's called what do we call it?
I'm pretty sure that's what it's called.
No,
it's when you're fertile. That's right after.
What it's called?
Look, see. Okay. So
it's not called fertilization.
No,
period.
it's called it's your fertile period.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
There's another name for
ovulation.
It. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. And then there's ovulation period. And then after the ovulation period, it's not the ovulation period.
And then it's just regular time.
Yeah, and then after that you get
because you can ovulate for like almost a week.
Yeah.
After your period.
Yeah, and those are the best times.
Well, you're fertile for almost a week, and then you ovulate on one day out of that.
Yeah, and then those are the best times. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Cream.
You're so weird.
All right, let's get into some serious topics. We got a lot to talk about. We only do this thing once a week. We don't really have that much time to, come back to
and this week we're late. Sorry.
Yeah. If you're listening to this right now, we're late. You're listening to this on a Wednesday afternoon, and we fucked it up. Well, Nina had some type of medical issue.
There we go.
So we want to talk about Nipsey Hussle's funeral recap. Did you watch it? Did you watch the whole thing?
No, I did not watch the whole thing. I saw the clips of the speeches from his brother, from Wayne and Lauren London's son, and then Lauren London and his mom and dad.
Yeah.
That's it. I didn't watch. I saw that little video that they had of like all the pictures and stuff, but I didn't see like the whole thing. Did you?
I saw his brother. I saw his mom. I didn't see the Lauren London part. I think I saw his father.
Oh my god, you didn't watch the Lauren London one?
I never saw. I was trying to watch it on live stream, so I saw his brother. I saw the whole entirety of his brother. I saw half of his mom. I think I saw a little bit of his dad, but I didn't get to see the Lauren London joint. I saw his sister.
I didn't see his sister.
I saw his sister do something. I think I saw Snoop. I saw the beginning of Snoop Dogg. And I was like, he took a shot at black people not marrying black men not marrying black women. I was like, I'm not here for that.
He said that? I didn't watch his.
You didn't hear that part?
No.
Like it was a slide, right? He was like, all right, for every black king, you need a black queen in your life type thing. And I'm like, all right, I respect it, but like I'm not trying to hear that right now. You're like, the man died. You're going to take a shot at like black people who are in interracial relationships? Nah, man. I mean, and then also YG got some backlash for his light skin comment. He's like, yo, he said, we got some light skinned daughters to take care of. Yeah, and then people are like, oh man, that was weird. I'm like,
it is kind of weird. Why do you point that out?
I stepped back, and I was like, what he was describing what his daughter and his daughter are physically like they physically
but
like
why is that necessary? It's almost like you only say certain things when you feel like it's necessary to almost make yourself feel not better. Well, kind of in a sense, yeah, better. Like, why couldn't he just say his daughters? It's like
he's a rapper. He's got to be very descriptive.
You don't. You really don't.
You do.
That's like right now. There's a girl walking outside. If I was like, I'll just be like, there's a girl walking outside and she's wearing really bright shoelaces, rather than there's a brown girl whose skin is medium brown walking outside with really bright shoelaces. She's gone now. No. But like, what difference does it make?
One is now able to visualize something. The other one is like, yeah, you just told me some visual.
But why do we need to visualize what his kids look like if we already know? There's pictures are everywhere already.
I didn't know he had a daughter, to be honest with you.
Who, Nipsey?
Yeah, I always thought he had one kid.
She's from somebody else.
Yeah, I didn't know a lot about Nipsey.
Yeah.
I just knew his music was good, and he stood for something.
Interesting.
And he was with Lauren London. That's it. That's it. What's your thoughts on it? Like, were you kind of saddened by the whole thing? Or
I'm gonna be real with you. When I watched Lauren London's speech, she was very strong, like very, very strong. And I respect that, because I don't know how I would keep it together if like the love of my life died like that. She was very strong, but watching hers and watching Lil Wayne's son, there's two speeches, made me cry. Like, not bawling, but like a little 1-2 tear, because I was like, what the fuck, this is so sad. Because you know what, when Lil Wayne's son was talking about how he had the dream of Nipsey 2 days after he died and stuff, in a way, like, and I've personally experienced this myself, like dreaming of the dead is kind of like closure. Like it's happened to me twice where it feels so real, like that person is actually there with you, and like it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like a dream at all. And in a way, it's kind of like closure, I feel like. So like that part, I think that's why Lil Wayne's son's speech got me kind of emotional, because I was like, this is trippy, like, because I felt that before.
I didn't know that little Nipsey Hussle would wake up in the morning and yell respect outside.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Know that. Not to laugh at that, but like that's some cool information to let me know. He's like, every time you wake up, it's like, yo, respect. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
No, but he was very well spoken. I think his name's Cameron, Lil Wayne and Lauren's son. He was very well spoken. So
hey man, I liked his brother's speech. His brother looks exactly like Nip.
Yeah, he does.
And what I realized is that Nip is like some dude was a really bright kid growing up, and then somehow he got into the teenagers, hormones, and he just got caught up in the street bullshit. It was kind of like at the same time with me hearing that, I'm like, damn, this guy's a bright kid who just got influenced to do some fuckery. Now it kind of shows that even if you're smart or dumb, like
I feel like that happens a lot.
The allure of negativity is still able to get to you.
It happens. I feel like that happens a lot. Like I know a lot of people when I was living in Ottawa who like were smart kids, like elementary school, and then high school came around, and it's like some of them didn't even finish, and like because they just got caught up in the wrong stuff. Yeah. And it's like, wow, like you were really the smartest kid in the class in elementary school, and then now it's just like, yeah.
Unfortunate. It's like a story we hear a lot. And also, he said that what I liked about Nipsey is like Nipsey helped his older brother. Like you don't really hear that. You hear like the older brother got to keep the younger brother in check and try to help them out while they're growing up in life.
The older sibling, period.
Yeah. And it's like Nip was like, nah, man, we opened up a business. Now he got his older brother, Black Sam, something that a foundation to get clean money from. Yeah, he helped him build infrastructure for his brother. Like he helped his family, and his brother has nothing but gratitude for his younger brother. Like most kids, like most older brothers, like in certain situations, if you try to help out the younger brothers doing better than you, kind of feel like a little bit
jealousy. Yeah.
Like, it was just love.
Yeah,
I guess because the separation is only 3 years. I think after a certain amount of years of separation within birth, things a little different. Because me and my brother, we're 5 years apart. Like the connection is not like the same in terms of like us growing up, because it's like 5 years is a long gap.
It is.
You gotta understand. Like I finished high school and you still have 1 year more for you before you got to high school. Like I went through the motions already. Like you gotta understand.
You know what's funny though is because for me, I have two little sisters. One is 4 years younger than me. One's 5. Yeah. So it's like the same thing as you. But what's
they get
weird,
along better than you get along with them both. Right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. They have like the same friend groups. Like they're like best friends because they're only a year apart. But what's weird to me is earlier on, like let's say around high school, like now I'm close with both of them, but earlier on around high school, I actually got along better with the one who was 5 years younger than me. I don't know why. It was weird. Because even though it's such a big gap, like, I don't know, we got along a lot better than me and the other one did for sure. But I mean, now we're all close. Like, it's just.
Me and my brother, we cool. We go on vacation together. But it's like,
it's different.
Obviously, as a teenager, I'm not going to be hanging around my elementary.
Brother. Exactly. And once you're in your 20s, I feel like that's when it gets a little like in your later 20s, it gets better. Because we only started getting close over the last year. Like, and I'm going to be 24 this year. So, yeah.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
What do we want to talk about?
But yeah, so there was a shooting during the procession of Nipsey's funeral.
So let's be exact, right? Okay. It didn't happen necessarily. Yes, it happened during the procession, but it did not happen
on the procession, like on the 40-kilometer journey.
Like, as a causality of like people weren't just out there celebrating Nip and was like, "Fuck, I saw my enemy." Bop bop. It happened actually, maybe like a block or two away. Okay, but still within the vicinity. So maybe if people are on the 25-mile procession of it, they may have not heard the gunshots. But it was close enough within the area to, to
be associated with. It's like how when they say something happens at Jane and Finch, it happens at York University.
Exactly.
Or I meant that the other way around. If it happens at York, it happened in Jane and Finch. Yeah. But what I was going to say, I didn't know that. But what I was going to say was just going back to what you were saying, like someone at Nipsey's funeral seeing their enemy and then just like firing shots. Honestly, if that was the case, that wouldn't surprise me either, though, because I feel like a lot of big gatherings, not just Nipsey's funeral, but even something like just a big gathering in general to celebrate something or or to mourn something, like a lot of stupid people take that as an opportunity to like go meet up and fight and do whatever. And like, that's why when I heard of it, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like they couldn't have one day.
All right.
We're checking back in. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's all I had to say.
Yeah. And also, I saw this. I got to the information a lot quicker with this one, the walkie-talkie that people were kind of just circulating.
Yeah.
The LAPD said that they have some type of digital walkie-talkie that can't be necessarily picked up by some toy walkie-talkie, which I kind of believe.
Yeah.
I kind of believe.
I believe it too. However, there's something weird about it. Like when I was listening to it, so they were talking, whatever, and then they were like, the only reason I didn't think it was LAPD was because whoever was talking about it was like, they're like, oh, turn on channel 11 because that's where the funeral is happening. So I'm like, why would a cop say turn on channel 11? Like if they're on the job, because the cop's just not sitting at home with their walkie-talkie and using it. But then again, my other question is, when it comes down to that, what grown man is using a fucking walkie-talkie to communicate with his friend, with his neighbor? Like, that's kind of weird. I don't know. But either way, whoever the fuck made those comments was disrespectful as fuck. Yeah.
Fuck them. They can eat a dick.
Yeah. And then,
oh man, Laura Ingraham laughing.
Yeah.
You know, don't be sad. Like I remember someone saying this, right? She's white. She'll be all right. The same thing that happened to Megyn Kelly when she got booted for her blackface comments.
Yeah.
She's white. She'll be all right.
Yeah, that was really bad. And not just on her, on the guy news anchor too, whoever like started off the joke himself. Like it's also bad on him too, but yeah. I don't know, really insensitive. And can we just also clarify that they also misreported, like they said fuck Donald Trump is just Nipsey's song. It's actually YG's song featuring Nipsey.
Exactly.
So they fucked that up too. Like
Fox News be framing things in the wildest way.
Yeah. So that was stupid. I also came across this thing, and when I tried to look up articles for it, last night just to verify. A lot of radio stations that had them posted like 10 hours earlier deleted them. But basically it was Nipsey's killer has allegedly confessed behind bars, saying that he was paid by LAPD.
Oh, when I saw that on there
to kill Nipsey.
I was like, I didn't see that shit. Now I'm in the media. Like I would know shit would be going off like that.
That's why I'm skeptical on it, because I'm like, this is kind of weird, because the radio stations did report on it. The outlets all did, but every single link, once I clicked it 10 hours later, was all deleted.
That made no sense. I would know about, like, there's a lot of things I would know about. When I saw that, I was like, yo, that's news to me.
You also didn't know that Nipsey says respect at the window.
I'm joking.
I'm joking.
I don't think anyone really knew that.
I get what you're trying to say.
But, honestly, I'm fixing my camera.
But what if this is true, and like, obviously the LAPD is an authority. They're pretty big police. I don't know.
I don't think the LAPD would put a hit out on someone. I think it would probably be the higher ups.
Yeah, well, FBI, but either way, CIA. They could very easily get rid of all those articles and all that information online too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's possible. Hey, it's possible. I mean, that was the whole theory in the beginning. So
yeah, and then a lot of things that are being put out on the internet are proper fucking gander, man. Proper fucking ganta, just to sway the opinions of people. People are putting out, like I see on Instagram all the time on my Explore page, just a whole bunch of just fucking fake news all the time about some shit that just doesn't make sense. I'm like, why are people even taking the time to construct such fuckery and put it out to the people, and people eat it up like, oh shit, facts, I'm running with this. Come on, bro. There's certain things I see on the internet is like a straight cap.
I'm very gullible, so.
Cap. Like, especially when I seen what's this dude? What's that? Respect to Islam. The brother from the ION, Nation of Islam.
I don't know.
Rizza.
Oh, Rizza. Yeah, that guy.
Fuck him for purely for the fact of him being on a thing with the fucking toque and a jacket on. Is like 5 to the body, 1 to the head, military star. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you, bro.
All I'm gonna say is that if this was the case, and if this is true that there was an authority who did try to do this or whatever, and again, that theory is going off of the whole Dr. Sebi thing, which, by the way, Nick Cannon just met with Dr. Sebi's wife and son. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Yeah. But because he said he wanted to continue the documentary for Nipsey,
and Nick Cannon's not going to die. Just let's keep it a buck. He's not going to die.
But yeah, I wouldn't. All that information got deleted so quickly. I don't know. I wouldn't put it. I'm open to believing other plausible theories. That's all I'm gonna say. No conspiracy
theories over here. All right, let's talk about.
It's just a question.
Let's talk about this hip hop shit. I think. All right, so T.I. This whole beef. Remember, this is the exact same thing, but this actually got a lot deeper. This is the exact same thing when 21 Savage was arrested and Nick and Chris Brown put out the little meme of and then Offset was mad and Chris Brown was like, "Fuck it, let's go. I want all the smoke."
Yeah,
this is the exact same shit. Is when something bad happened to someone. Why is someone going to take up the mantle and go like, "Yo,
this is more serious because this is death."
Yeah. But it's like someone sticking up for someone who can't speak for themselves, and someone saying, "Yo, whatever I did was not with malice intent."
Yeah,
and it's like they just can't understand. It's like, "Yo, what I did, I didn't mean no malice by it." And you trying to defend a man that can't really speak for himself. So that's the same thing with Offset and Chris Brown. Is the same thing that's happening with T.I. and Kodak Black and The Game and Gilly the Kid and who else is there? Big Boy. It's all that shit. Why did anyone call Kodak? Okay. Like, you know he's a real street nigga.
No, because you know what it is? Because Kodak has this aura about him that's very like cheeky. Like he thinks he's like very like what's cheeky is the word. Like you know what that means? Like when you're just
I'm not British. So
when you're just like you think you're being a smart ass basically is kind of what it is.
He's a real street. He's a real boy.
But him making the Lauren London comments was him being very like was him being a smart ass. Like he thought that he could. We're not gonna get sponsored by Kirkland. Chill out.
Shut up. I'm promoting the water I'm drinking.
I've been trying not to drink my water so I can hide my water bottle. Anyways, so. I think, Kodak is just being a smartass, and I think that everyone else had the right to stick up for him, to stick up for Nipsey, that is. I also feel there was something else. Oh yeah, Kodak is saying T.I. told Big Boy to pull his music. I don't think so. Big Boy pulled that himself. Like he's like, oh yeah, it's like T.I.'s over here fucking up my bag and whatever, like telling Big Boy to pull the music. That's not the case. Like Big Boy was close with Nipsey in the first place, so what you said was disrespectful. And
see, the thing is, what happens, right? Especially in situations like this, right? When you try to punk someone in front of the public, the response you get is not going to be favorable for any one situation, right? Look at this, right? So when T.I. did all of that flamboyant shit, going like, yo, you better fix that shit expeditiously, you ain't right. And then when The Game did that shit on the gram, you ain't right. And when Gilly was exploding, doing right. And when Big Boy did that long ass post, what's that doing? You making me look like a hoe in front of the public. So what does that mean? I can't look like no hoe, right? That's what my response is. I'm gonna come at you all disrespectfully.
Yeah, but
because you didn't come at me. You didn't come at me with respect. Certain things like if you deem what I said, hold on. If you deem what I said about Nipsey and Lauren London as disrespectful, you don't get back on the same thing with disrespect, because you know what happens? Only disrespect only begets more disrespect. You gotta fight fire with water, right? So if you come at me and go like, yo, Kodak. What you said was, kind of sideways in private. What you said was kind of sideways, and you know what I mean? Like the family's still going through mourning. It was too early, stuff like that. Can you just, out of respect for the whole thing, can you just hit the internet and go like, you know what? I didn't mean no disrespect. Can you clear things up? And I bet you things would not be in the situation right now, because Kodak put out a disrespectful song talking about T.I., his son, his wife. Game.
It's gonna get worse now. Exactly. However, I don't think anybody's response to Kodak was disrespectful, because Kodak made the comments in public. Therefore, they were all addressed in public, which I think is fine. Nobody called him names. Nobody said any fuck shit. Like everyone, like even T.I.'s first initial video was just like literally him saying what, like 3 words, like just apologize and nodding his head. Like
T.I. previewed a diss track about Kodak Black
after the fact, after all of this other shit went down, and then Kodak responded to T.I.'s initial video telling him to apologize. So that it just got escalated, but there was no disrespect in the beginning. Kodak is the one who started with the disrespect. And that's what I feel like is like him not understanding. Like he's not even willing to understand how the comments he made is disrespectful.
I don't think so. I think Kodak is a bright kid.
But if he was willing to understand, don't you think he should have said something about it? You can't just assume that he is a smart kid, like, or whatever. Like he needs to come out and address like, hey, what I said was messed up. Kind of like, which we'll talk about later, but Reggie Bush with the whole starting that stupid GoFundMe, like he was like, this is the last time I'll talk about it, and left it at that. Like,
what Karen Civil say?
She said,
you never said hi to him in the gym?
No, she said that? I know she told him to take down the page because she said
he's
been told multiple times, whatever, in private, and he never took it down. But him
see when you address stuff like that, let's change the conversation now, because this Kodak Black.
Why are you scared? I have a point.
Well, hold on.
Oh,
all right, go ahead.
No, that's it. That's my point. Like, I just don't think that anyone came at him disrespectfully. I think Kodak is he's just being stupid. Like, he's just a kid. Like, he's childish as fuck. Like, that's it. But anyways, that's my point. You call
someone a kid, and then they are a kid, and you ask them.
How old is he? He's like 19, no?
I think he's 20, turning 22 this year. Maybe?
Okay, yeah. So that's only 2 years younger than me.
Yeah.
I wasn't acting this stupid at 22.
Are you sure, Nina?
Yes.
Are you sure, Nina?
You knew me when I was 22.
Did you have this much money and this much notoriety at 22?
No, I didn't. But why would I even like why would you even act that stupid? By the way, his concert got rescheduled to next week, but I just want to know how he's going to try to get back in.
Into the what?
To Canada. Because he didn't initially, his concert was earlier on, but he couldn't get in.
Yeah.
So he just rescheduled it for like a month later. He's still not going to get in. I don't get it.
I don't know. He could. There's certain things you couldn't do to fix it. Because Schoolboy Q could get in the country and he has felonies.
And Young Thug got in here too.
Yeah, he has. He's fighting a case right now. He's fighting a bunch of cases.
Well,
the game can't get into this country. You tried the game. I don't know what the game.
Chris Brown can't get in here either.
Only because he got arrested one time.
Yeah, because of Rihanna. Canada's does not play with their domestic violence charges on women. Actually, that's what I've come to discover, because Chris Brown, Kodak Black, he has is the rape case pending? Is that the one that's pending?
It's pending. They asked for DNA case.
So that stuff.
But that's pending. You can't.
But then they're letting in people like T.I.'s been let in before, and he had all those gun charges.
Oh, T.I. Oh, I remember there was a lot. I'm strapped like T.I.
Yeah, like, and what's it called? Young Thug. It's nothing against. So I think good for you, Canada. If that's the case and you're just taking a stand for women, we appreciate it.
I mean, hey, man. Hey, I look at it like this, right? All sins are a sin, right? All crimes are a crime. You know, you gonna let T.I., the man strapped crazy.
What?
Yo, I remember T.I. was going through his trouble phase. He just couldn't get right. I remember T.I. getting arrested for the guns. Mm-hmm. Then he got arrested again, and then he brought his wife into getting arrested too.
Yep.
Oh, T.I. couldn't get right.
No, he couldn't.
T.I. was on that Kodak shit.
Now he's grown. But he wasn't that bad.
He was on that. T.I. was on that Kodak shit.
He wasn't that bad.
He was on that Kodak shit for real.
Anyways.
Also, this Reggie Bush thing.
Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
Reddy Bush.
What'd I say?
Reddy. You said Reddy Bush.
Shout out to Reddy Fox.
I knew that's what you were thinking.
Shout out to Reddy Fox.
Okay, Reggie Bush and his wife, who, can we just also talk about how his whole family is literally like, his wife is like a Kim Kardashian lookalike, his kids look like North and Saint, like, because he's not with Kim anymore, like, he just kind of went for the next best thing.
Is this woman Armenian as well?
I don't know, but she looks like Kim. And the kids, it's actually crazy. But anyways, they started this GoFundMe. I believe it was for $100,000 for
Nipsey's kids.
for Nipsey's kids and for Lauren. And they're like, everyone donate, whatever. Mm-hmm. What I don't understand is Reggie's net worth, I looked it up, is $14 million. Yeah. If he really wanted to just do this like fundraiser or whatever, and it is $100,000 is what he's trying to do, why doesn't he just donate that himself? I don't understand. Also, he's acting as if Lauren London is not very well off on her own. As if Nipsey didn't own his masters and all that money is going to his family anyways. Like, it's kind of stupid, like the whole thing. And there's no way that there was no ulterior motive behind it, because it doesn't make sense as to why he would do that. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Sometimes people just, hold on. Why can't people just try to get some shine?
But if he wants to, why didn't he just donate $100,000 himself out of his $14 million net worth? I don't understand.
Because it looks a lot better when you rally the people to go like, hey, let's do something that's going to help his children in the long run.
I think the whole thing was just stupid. And like, obviously people were flipping out about it. But I think the whole thing was really dumb.
When I saw it, I was like, I guess he really doesn't know Nipsey like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to laugh. When I saw it, I was like, I guess he doesn't really know Nipsey like that, because Nipsey was smart enough to do certain. I would I would assume Nipsey was smart enough to have certain things set in place. Mm-hmm. So if he did have an untimely demise, then he was able to help his family. Yeah,
exactly. So I don't know. I just think the whole thing was really dumb, and there's definitely something else behind it. But that's just my opinion. Oh shit! My face just hit the mic.
Look, it doesn't matter. All right, so people are upset about Kim Kardashian wanting to be a lawyer.
Yeah, I don't. So she posted. It already came up before she posted about it, but she posted about how she is studying to become a lawyer. She's going to take the bar exam next year. Yeah. And she's like, she had like an essay due the other day or something. Because I follow Kim, so I've
read that same thing. She said she's not sleepless nights, but she's been away from her kids, her family. Mm-hmm.
She's been doing it for the last year, she said. And she said that she didn't finish college because a lot of people were like, she didn't even finish college.
She had what,
60 or 75 credits or something,
and then she had to get 65 left or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But she she didn't finish college, she said, and she said that she's just been like studying like nonstop for it and stuff like that.
She even changed her number on y'all.
Yeah. And she said that she because the thing is, in California, I think it's a little bit different in terms of how you can become a lawyer. But at the end of the day, I don't understand why people are mad about this. And my thing is, because like obviously she helped with Alice. I can't remember her last name.
Alice Johnson?
Yes, Alice Johnson. I think that was her last name.
And the next dude.
And the other guy who she paid the 5 years rent for. And then
5 years rent?
Yeah, she paid his 5 years rent for him up front to the landlord, and the landlord's like, I'm still not taking him because he has a criminal record. So then she put out a tweet on Twitter like, can somebody in, I think it was Detroit, like in the Detroit area, help us out, like to find a place where he can stay even though he has a record. Yeah. So like she's been actively helping, and she went with Donald Trump and like talked about prison reform and stuff like that. So I don't understand why people are mad about it. And number two, I personally think like, yes, I think she should get a round of applause because I think it's a lot harder for somebody like her to study and become a lawyer at the same time when she has all these business deals, these appearances to make. She has her kids. She's married to Kanye West, who she also has to go and support, and things like that. Whereas a law student, for example, all they might have to focus on is just work and school. Yeah. That's it. So I give her kudos for that because I think it's a lot harder for somebody like her to actually become a lawyer. Money-wise, no, but like... mentally, yes, I think so. Like, so I don't know. I'm not against it.
Kudos to her.
Yeah.
Kudos.
I think it's great.
I respect it.
Yeah.
I respect it. I'm not one of the, like, I came on, I've been on this podcast and said Kim Kardashian is a down ass bitch.
Right? Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I just kept it real.
I fuck with Kim. Like, I don't know, like, yo, I follow her up, but to me, she hasn't done anything that was fugazi to me yet. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think people should be mad about this. I think they need to channel their energy elsewhere. And even like just watching. Put you in a box. What?
They said they want to put you in the box all the time. They want to look at Kim as like the reality star that's a Dumbo.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, she's letting you know that she's not dumb.
And like even watching the Kardashians, I'm caught up with this season and seeing like the most recent episode because they didn't have one on this week. The one before it was filmed around when Kanye was talking about how he wanted to move to Chicago, and like so she was like flying to Chicago to go see him and sit with him in his studio sessions and blah blah blah. Like just imagine all that time you have to do to support your significant other, then take care of the kids, those appearances, everything, and then to become a lawyer on top of all of it. That shit's crazy.
All right, Insecure is not coming back till 2020.
Yeah, I'm fucking sad.
That's it.
I want to see that new movie she's in though. It's called Little Something.
Little Grown Up or something.
Something like that. I want to see that. But they said that's the reason Insecure is not coming back because she has a lot of other acting gigs to do.
Oh, shout out to Issa. Get your money, sis.
I'm just trying to rewatch all the 3 seasons.
She's getting engaged allegedly.
Oh, is she?
Allegedly.
I didn't even know she had a man.
When people start to get little, you know what I mean, little cake in their pocket, they start to just say, "I love you, but yo, this is my brand. You can't even put you."
Wow.
Apparently, man.
You want to talk about your toxic femininity?
All right. So why I brought this up? Hold on. Let me just. All right, that's it. There's a lot of things I want to talk about.
Wait. Okay. Let me just tell you. I know the 2 topics I want to talk about is the toxic femininity and the guys trust girls with gay best friends.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Do that. Okay. Go. So start.
Let me just get this out the way. Russell Simmons' accusers think he's hiding out in Bali. And
he is.
Hold on. My thing to that is that after remember how I came in last week, we were talking about Russell and then Terrence J.
Yeah.
My thing is, if he's hiding out in Bali, right? So the fuck what? Yes, if he's hiding away from charges, why not? No one wants to go to jail.
I think it's not fair to them though. Like they want justice served. Stop laughing.
I'm looking at like, why the fuck not? If I'm on the run, not even on the run, but like if I got like almost charges coming down the pipeline, I don't want to be in the United States to get hit.
I get it, but I get why they're upset. Like they want justice served. Like
he got too much money. He realizes like I'm gonna get out and dodge.
Well, yes, he is hiding in Bali.
Apparently, his whatever his reps are saying that he's been back and forth from U.S. and Bali for 6 times in the past year. My thing is, are you talking about like last year before this shit happen, or like during this whole?
Yeah, because during I don't think he would get away with getting in that easily.
He said he's pulling up again like next month for his daughter's graduation. I talk about a lot of things, so let's talk. I want to talk about toxic femininity and the whole MGTOW movement. And I'm gonna try to like segue it into the consent thing.
MGTOW, that's what I'm like. What I'm like, what? When did we talk about this? Because I was trying to remember. I'm like, briefly remember us bringing it up, but now I remember MGTOW.
Men going their own way. So I've been on like a binge of just going into, you know how you go into YouTube when you watch one video and you kind of get into the whole spiral of just recommended videos and just shit like that. That's what I've been on. I've been watching this one YouTube account called Coach Red Pill. And he's a white guy, and he kind of says some poignant points. And I'm like, all right, I respect his point of view, or respect his opinion on certain things. Not necessarily I agree with everything, but like I like it because it's helped me, you know, jog up a different perspective and certain answers to things that I may not know about. Mm-hmm. But in terms of like stuff like that, when it comes from an older man who comes from a very, like, I'm telling you my experience on life, and it's like built, and this is how it built my lifestyle, right? And I'm seeing a whole bunch of other hurt men on here. He's not MGTOW.
Okay.
He's not MGTOW. He even suggests that men shouldn't even be MGTOW unless you have.
What does MGTOW stand for again?
Men going their own way.
Yes.
All right. So he said he doesn't suggest men even should be MGTOW, because he says like only time a man should be really MGTOW is if you really get the fruits of the labor of actually being with multiple women, not multiple women, but women, and having, you know, strong bonds and stuff like that, and come to a point where you feel like you do not require that, and you no longer have the urge or yearning to be with a woman. Not if you're a man who was butthurt about a female maybe cheating on you, a woman doing you dirty, and now you just become MGTOW out of spite.
Because that's what it seemed like the others were doing.
Yeah. So when I came at you, when we were talking about MGTOW the first time, I was coming out from the perspective of what the foundation stood for, right? You're coming up the foundation of what the men's were trying to showcase, well, who identify as being MGTOW. Yeah,
because one guy said he doesn't even like his mom.
Exactly. So that comes from a man who's being scorned. Maybe he had a bad relationship with his mom, or maybe he just women altogether. He just wanted to exit them out. And like, there's no point for you to, you know, do some like stuff like that. So I was watching some other YouTube video of a guy. He was saying, "Yo, I'm red pill." Red pill is if you hear a man say he's red pill, MGTOW red pill. Red pill identifies as you are now awakened and within society, and you kind of see things of what they are, just like in the Matrix. You know, the red and the blue pill.
I never watched The Matrix.
You know what the fuck? You never watched The Matrix?
No, I didn't. I'm very one of a kind. Okay?
There's 3 of them. You never watched that one?
No. I don't like those kind of movies.
You watch Lord of the Rings?
No. Ew. Fuck no. Harry Potter. If I had to pick one out of like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, I'd pick Harry Potter. I'm like a huge Harry Potter fan.
God damn, what the fuck?
Yeah. I told you, one of a kind.
Damn, what the fuck?
But no, the fact that you said if you ever meet somebody who says they're MGTOW red pill, this is what it means. I pray to God I never meet somebody who says they're MGTOW.
Yeah, so if someone says I'm MGTOW red pill, that means he is a man who is going his own way, and he's also waking up from, you know, the simulation of society. He was able to see things for what they are. So he sees like, the justice system against men versus women is always unfair towards men, is always lenient towards women when it comes to parental and, you know, divorce things and divorce courts and stuff like that. And also men also sees that women go through the hypergamy, where they look at the man with the top 5% of men who offer 3 things, like 3 sixes. It's like they 6 foot, 6 figure, and 6 inch dick, right? And that's the stop it. I know. That's hypergamy, right? It's hypergamy. You go for like the top tier man, and that's what women tend to go for, and they tend to, I guess, shun let's say the respectable men that's going to treat them right. You know, the whole narrative is like, yo, white girls always go
like
for the
nice
asshole.
guys always finish last.
Yeah, like
shit.
it's not like I'm coming from a place where I believe I am a nice guy. I believe
you're a nice guy.
I believe I am respectful.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not pathetic. That's the last thing you're ever going to get out of me.
Mm-hmm.
So there's certain things when it comes to disrespect, I'm not going to tolerate it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to be down hounding down a girl going like, yo, baby, you got to do this, you got to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't stop talking to your ex.
You know yourself.
Yeah. Exactly. So I got to this realization is that I'm kind of fed up just seeing people claim to be MGTOW, but in actuality, you were scorned
and just spiteful.
Man,
yeah.
Yes, you are. Yeah, I can understand Let's say Chris Brown.
Mm-hmm.
He says he's MGTOW. He's like he comes up and go like a MGTOW and red pill. I would believe him more so. It's not coming from a spiteful place because he's dicked down a lot of women in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Got a baby. He's been in multiple relationships. He's had the pleasures of being with women,
mm-hmm.
right? So when he was like, I don't want to be with women no more because it's not my thing no more. I found yearning, I found fulfillment through
just knowing
myself and music and arts. I respect that because you know what? It's coming from a place from a man who's actually experienced it. If I'm talking to, and a lot of these guys who are becoming MGTOW are what we call, or what the internet calls incels, right? Incels call it involuntary celibate. It's not because you are a celibate. It means you're
not getting pussy.
You can't get pussy.
Yeah, that's what the guy was. The Van Attack guy.
Yeah,
the Toronto Van Attack guy. He
incel.
was incel. Yeah,
incel, involuntary celibate. Right? They can't get the vagina. Right? And so a lot of this stuff I'm just seeing is just so.
It's so spiteful and hateful and negative, but it's like labels like that kind of make it scary for a woman today, like, because if I heard somebody, like, if I overheard a conversation, let's say I'm walking whatever and I overhear some guys talking about, yeah, I'm incel, whatever, like, I would feel very uncomfortable around them because it's almost like their anger towards being involuntarily celibate is like at that point they might just take it out on a woman by raping them because they can't get vagina any other way. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that makes it scary. Like, just those labels in general, I feel like are very terrifying.
And I think a lot of guys who are in these positions where they believe that they're MGTOW, they're red pill, they may or may not be alpha, or they may be beta males, or and things like that. They cling on to like people who they believe to be alpha, people who they believe to be superior men who mastered the ways of life, you know, the ways of women, the ways of their purpose, and they kind of just latch on to certain things like that. These certain men, and it's like, yeah, I believe them. These men might tell them some fucked up propaganda, is like, yo, just fuck her right to sleep. Yo, don't disrespect these girls. You don't call them back. Lie to them. It's only about the pussy because she's thinking about some other dude on her mind, and she's be fucking you on the side once you give up too much of yourself to her. I'm like, yeah, I always look at it like this. Everywhere is like everywhere. Not necessarily if I'm going to get with a woman, she's going to be sleeping with someone else. She'll be sucking someone's this when I'm at work. Nah, that's not the case.
No, it's not.
Not the case.
Just like it's not the case that every guy you're talking to is talking to 5 other girls at the same time.
Exactly, right? Yeah. But this is what's being put out to people, and this is what they believe in. A lot of people have this insecurity about themselves because not necessarily it comes from experience. It's only because they're hearing it from someone. Yeah. Or it might come from someone, their best friend might be cheating on someone. And
like, I know, sorry to cut you off, but like, I know people who won't even give people the time of day because like they've heard, like, not saying that I've been through the worst things, but I've been through some like very disrespectful situations where it's like, they've heard my stories and they're like, I do not want to get into a situation like that. So they won't even give anybody the time of day, but it's like, you can't like expect, like, that didn't stop me. Like, I don't believe that everybody's the exact same. Like, yeah, I had my fair share of bad apples, but that doesn't mean they're all bad. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think it comes down to, yeah, like putting that narrative on it definitely fucked up our generation, I believe.
It's at the point where I absorb a lot of information. I read books, I watch a lot of YouTube, not necessarily entertainment all the time, but just content in terms of like people's perspective on life, because I'm always trying to find an answer to something. I always want to know something and try to shape my answer to it. So consuming all this information, it comes to a point where I'm just infuriated at the fact that just so many men are just broke. I want to call them men. Males are just so broken, and just they don't have it all together to the point where you guys look very spiteful towards women. Like, yes, a woman, like a man is supposed to lead a woman in terms of like helping her with life and stuff like that. A man's supposed to show her that he's on his purpose, and a woman through seeing her man on a purpose, she becomes more in love, right? And in terms of like how he, treats her, but like a woman finds that attractive. Like, you are doing what you're supposed to be doing in life. You're not on my beck and call. You're not all up under me. Because women, this is a new day and time. Women are looking for love, and some women are looking for, the top 5% of men where they feel secure, because women do want to feel secure. They want to have protection. They want to be with a man who's able to provide certain things, because, sex begets, pregnancy. So a woman is not going to, a lot of times, a woman will only get pregnant by a man she knows that's going to be able to take care of her. Like the 5% of the chance where she gets, pregnant by some fuck boy, she was just wilding. And she really regrets it, and she ended up having a blended family with someone else who's able to take care of them. And also, I don't want to get too much into it, because I was looking at, like, sometimes when you get into a blended family, a man is getting the short end of the stick, because some people call it a cuck. A cuck is like when you watch your girl get fucked by another man and stuff like that. In turn, you get into a situation when you come from a blended family, you have a kid with another woman, and she has a kid by another man. You can't necessarily be the father figure for that kid, because
there's somebody else around.
Someone else is around. But also look at that. You have to pay for that kid when he does good, and you can't discipline that kid when he does bad. So it's like, you are, what's the point of you can't even discipline a kid that's not yours, because the woman's going to tell you, don't do that. That's not your job. But when the kid's doing well, it's like, we got to reward him. He's our kid.
And this is why you just have kids with people that you want to stay with for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Keep it simple.
And so and I like to say that I think a lot of this MGTOW stuff is somewhat, infected with toxic masculinity. And they also like to say the way the new age woman has toxic femininity. Now, I came in here and I spewed that rhetoric before, and I'm like, I don't think there is such a thing as toxic femininity, right? I do think that women of today are infected with toxic masculinity. They go through the same rounds as men, and they really propagate a lot of the toxic masculinity that men have. So it's not toxic femininity; it's just a woman who is exhibiting toxic masculinity, which is kind of sad, because we see a lot of the shit that's going around and just not making sense. So I don't think toxic. I'm saying this right now when we talked about toxic femininity like a few months ago. A
couple months ago, yeah.
I still
I want to say December, maybe.
Yeah, I would say toxic femininity was a thing. But now coming to my own realization is I don't think toxic femininity is even a thing. It's not a real thing. It's women exhibiting toxic masculinity. And that's what we have today a lot of the times. Okay. Yeah. And there's a consent app. Have you ever seen the consent app?
No, I have not seen that.
Yeah, and there's a new condom where 4 people got to open it. So they consider consent.
Yo, I heard about that on Twitter, and then somebody retweeted it and was like, they could change their mind during sex too. So like this kind of just doesn't even help.
But it helps in terms of say case, like it's not going to be rape.
Yeah,
it's not going to be rape, because it's like, so you helped open it. That means you consenting to having sex.
But I don't think people are really going to buy this shit, because it's probably stupid expensive, and nobody's really going to want to invest into it. And it's like,
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. A lot of this shit that they put out there makes sex less enjoyable. Like the whole consent app.
Sex is just scary now. It's just scary. Like
it is, man.
You just never know what you're gonna get yourself into.
It is, man. It's like, why would I go through the whole shit? It's like, now I gotta open this shit up with you. And I feel like those type of equipment, like those type of consent things, and there's like I forget what it's called, but it's like when you touch someone's arm, you gotta ask him for consent. Can I touch your arm? And it's like these type of things, and it helps facilitate sex for certain people. I'm like, those type of sex and those type of situation are for people who has septum piercings. Type of, no weird people. No weird people. Yeah, it's always dumb. It's always the septum piercing people who be pushing the line when it comes to consent and all of this shit. I mean, yes, you gotta ask to have consent, but like all this extra shit, it's for the septum piercing bitches. Like,
yeah, like I
the
get
niggas with the nappy hair. Oh, why? The women who take baths with aloe vera gel and shit like that. It's for you. Like all that shit, the herbal essence bitches, like this type of consent shit. The girls that wear the Doc Martens shoes and shit, like this is all for you. For us regular niggas, for us regular people, we just go like, yo, you down? And it's like, yeah. And then it's like, all right, cool. We're not going through the whole, all this extra shit to have consent, because we're not raping people. I like for real.
That's true. That's what I feel like. I feel like it's people who
have septum piercings.
Who no, that too. But I feel like it's for people who who know like that they've either raped somebody before or sexually assaulted somebody before, so like they try to take these extra precautions, but then it just makes it that much more obvious. Like,
or the people who have been raped, I say sorry to you.
Yes, and they might be a little more, maybe, who knows, for people who have been raped though, like a simple touch on the arm could be very, like from a man, for let's say a woman who was raped, from a man, that could be very disturbing.
So you gotta consent. Can I touch your arm?
Like,
can I touch your elbow?
Stuff like that. Like that might make them very nervous. So, which I can understand.
Can I hug you?
Like,
can I get a kiss?
Like that. Yeah,
can I suck your titty?
Okay, stop.
To me, I wouldn't want to be in that situation. I'd be, baby girl, I'm so sorry for your situation. You gotta find, closure from within. I would have to say that. But I can't necessarily, want to be a part of this. Not to say I'm belittling.
No, I get it. If you're not ready to deal with somebody who's been in a scenario like that, it makes sense. Yeah, obviously.
I've never been in a situation where I gotta say can I touch your arm? Can we hold hands? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I come from the era where it's like, all right, when a woman's giving you choosing signals in terms of like, then you move on. It's like, oh, she's looking at you a certain way, you could, put your arm around her.
Or if you're like, if the woman is like you're making out with her and then you go to suck on her titty and she like pushes your head away, then obviously that means no. Like, just stop.
Body language.
Yeah, there we go.
You read the shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that's not cool. And a lot of times, like, men are afraid of that. Like, a lot of these MGTOW men were afraid because, women might lie on them. And yes, women might lie on you.
Yes. That's true too. Yeah.
There's
there's a part of me that just doesn't believe that a lot of these, like, if we're talking about them, because most of them are coming from a spiteful place. Yeah. So there's a part of me that doesn't believe that it's because they think women will lie on them. It's part of me that believes that it's because they did that shit in the past.
Yeah. So that's our social issue talking. That's
my opinion.
All right. So what you want to talk? You want to talk about
the best friends thing?
All right. Yeah. So go speak on it first. I wrote it down there, but speak on it.
Okay. So Apollo is asking if guys should trust girls with gay best friends or girls with straight best friends. I think yes. I've had a guy best friend. It's so funny because people who know me and him are gonna know exactly who I'm talking about. But I have a guy best friend that I've been best friends with him since almost 10 years. Yeah, next year will be like 10 years because since the 10th grade we were best friends. And like that's my like literally like my brother. Like I would consider him my brother. Like he calls my mom. Like we like hang out like and just talk. Like that's actually just my brother, like genuinely. And it's not anybody that there's no sort of sexual tension or anything there at all. Like we've never touched each other. Like at the most, you got host calling.
My mom calling.
Oh, sorry. I take it back. That's awkward. I take it back. Like we barely even hug each other. Like it's like that. You know what I mean? So I definitely think that yes, people should trust. Like people push it when they're talking on, when you see online on Twitter and stuff. And it's like people are like, oh, like if he has a best friend, he's fucking her, or vice versa. Like if she has a best friend, she's fucking him, and it's the opposite sex, right? Yeah. Like people are always saying that, but I've never seen it like that. And I guess that's because of the situation that I'm in with my best friend. Like it's very different. But yeah, I don't know. I believe that you can have.
I think some of these guys would be thirsty.
Maybe you should answer.
No, I'm gonna answer later.
Okay.
Maybe she had my car, so if you want to work with it.
Oh, how'd you get here?
I took her car.
Oh, okay.
She took my car to go grocery shopping.
Oh, maybe she found a condom. That would actually be
I have a condom in my pocket.
Really. Why? You're at the station. Like what?
Stop talking about that. I have a condom in my pocket.
That's actually really funny.
Stay ready, so you never have to get ready.
Okay. Wow. Great. Yeah, I just think people are pushing it when they say it can't be a thing. I believe that like guys and girls can have best friends of the opposite sex, whether they're gay or not. Yeah. That's my opinion. Do you have a girl best friend?
I do.
Yeah.
I got a couple girl best friends. But like the thing is, like, even I think a lot of guys, they can't be in certain situations where they see two guys and a guy and a girl being friends without them having some type of stipulation of them fucking, right? Because you gotta think about it. Like if you think like that, that means you've been in a situation where you were capping about being with someone and
exactly
and you're fucking the best friend.
Exactly.
Or you really wanted to.
And I think also though, seeing the guy and the girl best friend like when they're together really like helps you gauge like, are they actually best friends, or did they just meet a month ago and they're just saying they're best friends and they are fucking? Because I could tell you right now, anybody who's seen me and my best friend, guy best friend together, could tell you off the rip, like they are literally just best friends. Like that's it. Because we're not up like hugging each other and cuddling and arms around. Like it's never like that. It's like, it's just not like, but anyone who knows us and has seen us together can tell you that, like, you know what I mean? Whereas there's people who like, you'll see who say they're best friends, but like, you know, there's an undertone of like flirting with it because of the way they act around each other, and like they're always touching each other and stuff like that. Like I feel like that's when it's like,
yeah, this is like, even with my guy, because I treat my guy best friends like my girl best friends. The only difference is that she's softer.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. She's softer, so it's like I'm not gonna go like, yo, bitch,
don't roast her as hard.
Yeah. You can. It means like that's the difference.
Yeah.
I'm not up holding her arm and shit like that. Doing all of that shit. I'm not doing none of that shit. That shit not for me. But the reason why I asked is because I saw this video go viral on Twitter maybe like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, of this dude. He was on a live with this girl and he was telling a story. He was like how he was fucking this guy's girl.
Okay.
And then he walked in, and then as he was walking in, he pretended to be gay, like, oh my God,
I think I saw that.
Yeah, so I was like, I'd rather my girl have a straight best friend.
Then yeah.
So if I catch him, he can't be like playing like, yo, he's gay. Now I don't be trusting that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See,
and the gay best friends be doing too much, bro. Like I see them even when Callie's gay best friend, they be doing all of this extra close space.
Okay,
shit.
but the gay best friend I don't even think is like I don't think that's, to me, that wouldn't bother me. If my like significant other had a gay best friend who was a girl, like I don't think that would bother me at all.
I don't like when people be doing the face things. I'm like, yo, you doing too much right now.
Yeah,
like,
but I don't think like I wouldn't be concerned like that they're gonna fuck because obviously the other person is gay. Like that's not their preference.
And that's the key. What if he's like, yeah, I'm gay, but like he's going like, yo, I'm gay, but I never tried pussy before, and he's like, you know what, let's do it since you're not.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
I would trust it. But again, like I said, I would have to see the two of them together in order to really gauge it. That's just the way, because at the end of the day, people are out here saying they're best friends when they've only known each other for 4 months, and like they actually just kind of like each other. Like they don't even know if they're trying to just be friends or if they're actually trying to be something because they only know each other for 4 months. Me, for example, I've known my best friend for 9 years, so it's different. Like I know we're just friends and that's it. Like
me and my friends, we going on like 10 and then over 10 and then other like almost 10.
Yeah, so it's I don't know. I think just seeing it and like being able to trust it is definitely the biggest thing. And
also like guys be looking like, yo, be asking like, yo, you fucking that, and like, bruh, no.
Yeah, it's that makes it weird, that makes it weird. People used to ask me and my best friend, I remember in high school, like maybe, and this kind of makes sense because it was like 2 years after the fact, like after we became really close, and people would ask like, oh, you guys like each other, are you guys dating? But we're like, no, that's really not it. And it's not until fucking 9 years later they fucking believe us. Like,
yo, even I had my friend from LA, he hit me and was like, yo, you fucking your co-host? I'm like, bro, no.
Oh my God.
Yo, you know when guys be like, yo, you fucking Nina? I'm like, no. And
we literally, didn't we just say on last week's episode, we have not, oh no, we said we haven't dated. No. We haven't fucked either, you guys, and we're not going to. We're not. Like, it's not gonna happen.
You know what? That's the biggest pet peeve of mine. It's like, yo, how much, like, what type of person you think I am? the fuck up this whole thing I got going on for some pussy, right? Like,
no, but you know what? I'm not even surprised that you say that. Nobody's asked me that, but I'm not surprised that you
know better.
Exactly. No, nobody's asked me that, but I'm not surprised that you say that because I swear I saw a comment under the video that we posted, the promo video. I saw somebody say something, and I was like, here we go. Like,
I'm like, yo, what the fuck? It's like, no. You're not smashing. It's like, what? Bro, I'm not one of them type of guys. I don't need all of this to get
fucked up.
I don't need all of that. I don't need cameras.
Because could you imagine, like, let's not say you and me because that's weird, but like if like somebody else was doing a podcast with like another person and you fuck them, someone's gonna catch feelings at some point and it's gonna fuck everything up.
And why would you go through all that?
Yeah, exactly.
Why would I?
There's no point.
Why would I go like, I got a podcast, I think you're the perfect host.
We have bigger goals.
Let's build rapport and then
and isn't that fucked up? Because remember, I told you before the podcast, I had somebody ask me to do some shit with them, and that's really all they were after.
That is so. Why would I go through an elaborate? What's that thing? Like elaborate. Why would I go through an elaborate thing just to get? I could just go like, "Yo, you free? I like you."
That's it.
And we can go on a date. That's about it.
That's so true. You wouldn't set up an entire podcast and meet with me every Tuesday before noon to record.
What? Like, you gotta really think about it. Like,
that's actually really funny.
Yeah, bro. Like,
that's crazy. Really funny. No, me and Apollo are just friends, you guys. Yes, that's literally it.
This is my co-host.
That's literally it.
We're supposed to be cool on air. Like, this is what we're supposed to be doing.
No, we're cool in real life too. Are we not?
Cool, but the chemistry gotta come off on the mics.
Yes.
But fuck, like, what else? That should just be getting me hot for no reason. All right, man. That's how we're going to end the podcast.
Yes, that is.
All right, so I appreciate
I know what my poll question is going to be this week. Yeah. Do you guys think me and Apollo are fucking?
So, like, what the fuck? So appreciate you guys listening. We haven't done this in a while, so we are available on Audio Mac, YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, and any other podcast for your podcast listening experience. Okay, and we do have videos, so catch like the 20 minutes of our things on the thing on YouTube. We'll try to get that out as soon as possible. And if you are listening to this today, we did record this today. It is Wednesday, April 17th. All right. So appreciate you guys for listening. Sorry for the delay. Won't happen again next week. Is it?
I don't think so. No. I don't have an appointment next week.
So it won't happen again next week. All right. We'll be back and see you guys next week. Or, also here, you'll be listening to us next week. All right. Yes. This has been another episode of the Educated and the Reckless podcast with your host, Apollo P. and
No Better Nina.
And we'll be back again next week. All right. Bye.